The following is a production of the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. It's time for Davis County Baseball on New Country 104.3 KRKN. Now, let's head down to the field with the voice of the Davis County Mustangs, Ellis Kojo.
It's time for Mustang Baseball. Welcome to Game 2 of our doubleheader as Josh Settles finishes up his warm-up tosses. He will be the Game 2 starter, looking to be the stopper after Davis County dropped the opener of this twin bill 9-4. Leading things off for Albia is Drake Kennedy. He enjoyed a 3-hit Game 1. He was 3 for 5 with a pair of runs scored and an RBI. Josh Settles, tall, lanky left-hander, winds and comes home with the first pitch, and a fastball taken for a strike at the knees. First pitch thrown at 7:35. The 0-1, a swing and a miss. Settles, winds, and delivers. That's low. And the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Game time temperature of Game 1 was 91 degrees. It's dipped down to 86. It feels a lot more comfortable outside here for Game 2. So that's popped up right at the plate. And it's Max Taylor, the catcher, behind the plate, putting it away. Kennedy fouls out for the first out of Game 2. Nice, comfortable breeze blowing, cloud cover covering up the sun, so much more comfortable for the fans that made the trip from Albia and those from Bloomfield as well here for Game 2. And the batter is Isaac Helm. Settles fires the first pitch outside. Helm in Game 1 was 0 for 5. He reached base twice via error and scored a pair of runs. 1-0 pitch, chopped toward third, and that is a foul ball. Thankfully so, as Sizemore came up empty, trying to come up with a backhand play near the third base bag. One ball and 1 strike to Isaac Helm. Helm is going to be the catcher here in game number 2. Tall man. I say he's at least 6'4", standing in the right-hander's box. And a 1-1 pitch is a changeup, missing inside. 2 balls and a strike. Defense in game 2 for Davis County. Duke Scott is in left field. Brett Prevost is in center with Quinn McCoy in right. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Settles. Fastball fouled back 2-2. Noah Sizemore is at third with Dexter Scott at shortstop. Houston Schooley is the second baseman. Peyton Schooley is at first, and Max Taylor is the catcher for Game 2 for Davis County. And he awaits the 2-2 pitch from Settles. Base is empty, 1 out, top of the first here in Game 2. The pitch. Line drive to second, and a leaping catch by Schooley at second. And that's the second out. That brings up Drake Irwin. Came into the day batting .429, and through the first part of the game, of Game 1, they held Drake down 0 for his first 3, but then a 2-run single in a 6-run 6th inning allowed Irwin to salvage a 1 for 5 Game 1. There's strike 1 on the inside corner. Albia collected 12 hits in that 9-4 win over Davis County, out-hitting the Mustangs 12-5. Low and inside, ball 1. Settles has proven to be Davis County's best pitcher this season. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball over but low. 2 balls and a strike. We also saw Settles on Friday. A rocky outing as he was the second pitcher on the mound for Davis County in that 12-9 win over Clark. Check swing, foul towards the first base dugout, strike 2. Settles looking to author a 1-2-3, top of the first. He's a strike away from doing so. The 2-2 coming to Irwin. He got him looking, but that ball got away from Taylor. It goes all the way to the backstop, and Taylor is safe at first. That rare strike 3 looking pass ball. So the inning continues. And at the plate is a man that caused a headache for Davis County on the mound and at the plate, Connor McFall. He went 4 for 4 in the opener. McFall chops the first pitch to second. Schooley grabs it, steps on the bag, and he only needed 1 out. He throws his first anyway. So I don't know if that extra out will carry over to the next inning. Regardless, the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. Albia, nothing. Davis County coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Albia unable to get a run across in the top of the first. Now it's Davis County's turn here in game 2. Peyton Schooley at the plate. First to face Carson Son, a right-handed junior. This is his 9th appearance of the season, 4th start. He is 1-0. He has an ERA of 4.52. And Schooley looks at a strike. Son's pitched 21 2/3 innings. He struck out 27 while walking 14. Opponents are batting .253 against him. That's high, 1-1. Son a long look into his catcher Helm, who looks like an absolute giant behind the plate. And he takes ball 2. Schooley does. Helm might be the tallest catcher I've seen so far this season. Down at one knee, and he takes strike 2. 2-2 to count to Peyton Schooley, leading off the bottom of the first. And the pitch. A breaking ball, cut on and miss. Actually, that was foul tipped into the glove of Helm. Schooley strikes out for the first out of the bottom of the first. Albia's defense, Jackson Strickler's in left field, Drake Kennedy's in center, and Reno is the right fielder. Maddox Kennedy's at third, Drake Irwin at short, Carter Folkerts is the second baseman, and Connor McFall is the first baseman, with Isaac Helm the catcher. Waiting for the first pitch from Carson Son to Josh Settles, who looks to help his own cause at the plate. Settles takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Settles in game one was hit by a pitch. He walked. He also flew out twice. And that's taken a bit inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Son delivers high, 3-0. 14 walks in 21 2/3 innings, so control has been an issue for Son. There's a strike to Settles to make it 3-1. Settles just looking to get on base for the meat of the Davis County order. The pitch. There's a line drive in the right, and that's a base hit. So Settles is aboard with a 1-out single. And that brings up Brett Prevost. Coming in to run as a courtesy runner is Hudson Humphrey to replace Settles. Prevost had a double in the first inning of game one. Then he was held down after that. He was 1 for 4. Fastball up and in, ball 1. And Prevost takes ball 2. Looked like that was over, but according to home plate umpire Tyrell Welsh, that was a bit low. Now the 2-0 coming to Prevost. In the dirt, ball 3. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Prevost. So big opportunity here for Davis County. 2 on and 1 out for Houston Schooley. Just did a bit of checking to see when the last time Davis County scored first in a ball game. You have to go all the way back to June 4th. That was at Clark, the second game of that doubleheader where they won it 8-0. So they have not scored first in a very long time, nearly a month. That's outside to Schooley for ball 1. Davis County has runners at first and second with 1 out. Schooley batting left-handed versus the righty Son. That's high, ball 2. A very tight zone from Tyrell Welsh, the home plate umpire. Son takes a moment to stride off the mound, take a breath, and climb back on top of the rubber. McFall, the first baseman, not holding Prevost at first. He's playing in on the grass. Schooley swings away, and that's a high soaring foul off the light pole past the first base fence. I think it's a smile from Schooley and a couple of cheers from the Mustang dugout as well. 2-1 to count. Your classic hit and run count. The runners do not go, and that pitch is inside. And Schooley had to jackknife out of the way. Helm, after Schooley hits the deck, playfully slaps a tag to Schooley's back. Now the count is in his favor at 3-1. Will Schooley get aggressive here? The pitch. There's a line shot. Again, off the light pole. Past the first base. I have never seen that in an at-bat. 2 light pole shots off the bat of Schooley. So now the count is full. The runners do not go, and Schooley lifts a flare out to center field, and that drops for a base hit. Humphrey heads to third. He'll stop there, and that loads the bases with 1 out for Max Taylor. Humphrey at second wanted to make 100% sure that was going to fall before he advanced to third, so he didn't have a chance to score on that little flare towards center. But now the table is set for Max Taylor. Taylor looking to get a hit after going 0 for 4 in the opener. Bases full of Mustangs here in the bottom of the first. Davis County looking to break out in the top. That's wide for ball one. Son has had trouble finding the strike zone. Honestly, he looks like he's exhausted already on the mound, and now here comes a time, and head coach Brad DeMoss wants to come talk to his right-handed junior. He's already thrown 21 pitches in this inning. It's a warm day, but not quite as hot as it was at first pitch of game one. As I said, things have cooled down considerably. There is a cold front scheduled to sweep through Bloomfield. That's later tonight. But cloud cover has made this a pleasant evening as it's blocked the sun and allowed things to be a bit more comfortable for the spectators outside with the breeze still blowing towards left. Very short conference as head coach Brad DeMoss already heading back to the first base dugout. Bases loaded, bottom of the first. One out. Scoreless game. Max Taylor looking to change that. 1-0 the count. Son delivers, and Taylor takes strike one. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by Helm to keep that ball in front of him. 2 balls and 1 strike. If you're a reader of body language, you probably don't like the body language that Carson Son is showing on the mound. A lot of exasperation you can see in his body language. Inside corner, strike 2, and now it's Max Taylor's turn to look up towards the heavens after a questionable strike call in his eyes. 2-2 to count to Taylor. Son could really use a strikeout in this spot. And Taylor fights that off. A pop-up foul out of play to the first base side. Count remains 2-2. Son pitching from the stretch. He deals. Strike 3 called, and he froze him on a changeup. Taylor could not pull the trigger, and there are 2 outs. So after a single, a walk, and a single, Son is out away from getting out of this first inning unscathed. Here's Dexter Scott. Ball 1 low. Scott had a hit, and he scored 2 runs in that 9-4 loss to Albia in game 1 earlier today. The 1-0 pitch over but low. 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put Scott with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Scott drew 2 more walks in the first game as well. There's strike 1 at the belt. He's up to 15 walks that he's drawn this year. Son shakes his head, now comes set. 1-1 pitch inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big at bat early on in this ball game. This is going to be a big pitch here. Son delivers. In the dirt. That should be just 3-1 though, shouldn't it? Nope. Okay, ball 4. So ball 4 to Dexter Scott as he draws a bases loaded walk. And Davis County scratches a run across to make it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. And now Noah Sizemore will look to make it a crooked number. Well upstairs, ball 1. Sizemore hit a double in game 1. That was his first of the season. He also drove in 2. Helmet high fastball, ball 2. How long will head coach Brad DeMoss stay with Carson Son, who has had trouble finding the strike zone? 2 walks in this inning. Bases loaded, the 2-0 pitch. Fastball catches the inside corner. strike one. Prevost the runner at third. Houston Schooley leads off from second, and Dexter Scott is the runner at first. The 2-1. A little flare out towards center, and it's dropping, but caught by Drake Kennedy, and the inning is over. So Davis County has to settle for 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they left the bases loaded. We'll head to the second inning. It's Davis County 1, Albia nothing on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree, and our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the second, game 2 of our doubleheader. Davis County leading the nightcap 1-0. A bases loaded walk drawn by Dexter Scott has been our only run thus far. Back on top of the hill is Josh Settles, ready to face Maddox Kennedy to start the top of the second. And that's cut on and missed. Kennedy had a pair of hits in 4 at-bats in game 1. He drove in a run. The 0-1 by Settles, a swing and a miss at a slider that disappeared under his bat. And the count is quickly 0-2. Settles has not struck out a batter as of yet. And he has Kennedy set up at 0-2. Got him swinging. Ball hit the dirt, so Taylor flips to first to finish off Kennedy. And that's the first out of the second. I got to correct myself. Settles did strike out a batter in the first inning, but Drake Irwin was able to get to first base on a pass ball after that strikeout. So that's the second strikeout for Settles. And here's Carter Folkerts, standing high up in the right-hander's box, swing and a miss. Folkerts was 2 for 4 with a pair of runs scored. He had a triple as one of his 2 hits back in game 1. And there's a little cue shot out towards first. Sizemore flips to Settles. Nice play. Actually, that was Schooley, the first baseman, throwing it to Settles, covering first. 3-1 on the putout, and there are 2 outs. Schooley ranging far to his right to grab that grounder and then flip it to Settles. That wasn't an easy play by Settles either. He had to reach behind him and then step on the bag. 2 out, none on for Jackson Strickler. Strike 1. Strickler was hitless in the first game, although he did lay down a sacrifice bunt as part of that 6-run 6th inning for Albia. Ball 1 outside. Settles had a streak of 3 straight complete games, broken after his Friday appearance against Clark. That's a change up, a little flare out to center and coming on his Prevo, but that finds some grass, and it's a 2-out hit for Strickler. That means the innings extended for Bryson Reed. He was 0 for 4, but he did drive in a run with a ground out in game 1. Settles now pitching from the stretch. First pitch, fastball, low for ball 1. Settles has a really good move towards first base as well, so Strickler at first will have to be careful with his lead. 1-0 pitch, a strike on the inside corner, called on Reed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Settles, nods, and comes set. Walks and fires. A high chopper towards second and into the right field for a base hit. Stopping at second and going back to the base is Strickler. So a pair of 2-out hits have set the table for Dylan Reno, who bats for the first time in this doubleheader tonight. Reno's batting .222 this season. A pair of hits and 9 at-bats. He has an RBI this season as well. Has a chance to drive in the tying run here with the hit. There's a grounder, knocked down by Sizemore at third. It deflects towards Scott at short. Everybody is safe. And now the bases are loaded. Three consecutive hits, none of which were hit particularly hard. But the bottom of the order has set the table for the top of the order. And Drake Kennedy has a chance to give Albia the lead with a hit here. 1-0 Davis County, top of the second. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Settles now pitching from the windup. First pitch, fastball, low for ball 1. Settles got the first 2 outs in quick fashion, but then 3 consecutive singles have put him in trouble here in the top of the second. The 1-0. Fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Nowhere to put Reno. Settles, winds, and deals. There's a strike on the outside edge to make it 2-1. Settles with the next pitch. Has fouled off to the first base side, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Settles a strike away from pitching out of a jam that was of his own doing after allowing 3 consecutive hits. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen behind the plate. Next pitch. Ground ball deep in the hole. Scott can't get to it. It's into left field. Coming in scores Strickler. Right behind him is Reed. It is a 2-run single for Drake Kennedy to give Albia a 2-1 lead. A seeing eye base hit past the diving Scott at short. And Albia has taken the lead courtesy of 4 straight singles. And the inning continues for Isaac Helm. Runners now at first and second. Still 2 outs. All this damage being done with none on and 2 outs. Settles back in the stretch. And the first pitch clips the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 that gets past Taylor, the catcher. and to the backstop. Wild pitch allows Reno to take third and Kennedy to go to second. One ball and one strike to Isaac Helm. Helm takes strike two. Albia now leads it 2-1. Settles looking for one final strike to end the top of the second. The pitch. A chopper to third. Sizemore throws across the diamond to retire Helm. The inning is over, but damage has been done. Albia scores 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 2 men left on. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Albia has their first lead of game 2. It is now 2-1 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets, and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
Hi, I'm Cody Crane with Crane Concrete Ready Mix. If you're tired of not mattering to the big corporate companies, then call us. When you work with us, you won't be on a waiting list. We can get you concrete when you need it. We are a family-owned business, offer competitive prices, and are easy to work with. We deliver to Davis, Wapello, Van Buren, and Jefferson counties. Work with a company that will take care of you. Call me, Cody Crane, at 641-919-1350.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
We're in the bottom of the second. Davis County trailing Albia now 2-1. How big will it be that Davis County let the bases loaded in the bottom of the first? Albia responded with a bases loaded single to take the lead in the top of the second. 8-9-1 due up from the Mustangs, starting with Quinn McCoy, who has swung the bat better recently. McCoy was 1 for 3 in game 1. A single, a run scored. He also had an RBI. McCoy's now gotten a hit in 3 straight games. Carson Son had control issues in that first inning, allowed a pair of walks. But only the bases loaded walk has been the Mustang tally so far in this ball game. Son looking for a quick inning. He threw 35 pitches in that first frame. Isaac Helm, the catcher, puts on his mask, gets down to one knee, and that first pitch is cut on and missed by McCoy. And McCoy with a half-hearted swing at that fastball off the plate outside, and is quickly 0-2. Son had 2 strikeouts in that first inning. Almost got McCoy on the front shoulder as he turned away from that one. And the count is 1-2. One-two pitch. Breaking ball missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McCoy pops that up on the infield, and it's the second baseman Folkerts that puts it away. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Duke Scott will get his first at-bat here in game 2. And the senior takes a huge swing and misses for the first strike, I should say. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. 0-1 pitch, strike 2. Son pitches exclusively from the stretch. He's working very quickly here in the second inning. Shakes his head twice, now nods. The 0-2 to Scott, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to Mr. Scott, who goes down swinging. 2 outs will go back to the top of the order, and Peyton Schooley, who struck out swinging, back in the first. Son looking for a 1-2-3 inning, which will be just what the doctor ordered. That's low for ball 1. Schooley takes a pitch low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Start of what will be a busy week for Davis County, as tomorrow we will be in Fort Madison. That's over but low, 3-0. After Fort Madison on Tuesday, Davis County will have a day off on Wednesday. Then they'll play the conclusion of Game 2 of their doubleheader against Knoxville on Thursday. The one that ended will be concluded here in Bloomfield. And then they'll play a game after that, as that pitch is taken on the outside edge for strike 1. And to wrap up the week, Davis County will travel to Centerville for a game. Hit on the ground to second. Folkerts stays down on it, flips to first. Low throw, but McFall is able to scoop it out. And Davis County goes down 1-2-3. We'll head to the third inning. It's Albia 2, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Back here in Davis County, we're in the top of the third. Game 2 of our doubleheader. First game, Albia was able to defeat Davis County 9-4. Albia batting with a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third, and Drake Irwin will lead things off. Irwin reached, try to say that 3 times fast, on a drop third strike, as he was able to take first. Settles allowed a pair of runs in that second inning, all with 2 outs. We'll look to get back to form here in the third. This will be the first of 2 visits for Albia here in Bloomfield. Next time they will be back here will be on July 5th, and their season will be on the line. He checks his swing, but it's called strike 1. Albia will play Central Decatur on July 5th. That'll be the first game. It will be 2 games, postseason games played here at the Mustang Sports Complex. Fastball and a liner right to the first baseman, Schooley, for the first out. After Albia and Central Decatur play, then Davis County will take on EBF here in Bloomfield. Winner of that game will take on Cardinal at I-35 on July 8th. Here's Connor McFall, usually swings at the first pitch, and he bounces a single into right field. So McFall gets his first hit of Game 2 after going 4 for 4 in Game 1. And he stands on first for Maddox Kennedy. So a one-out single for McFall. That's hit number 5 for Albia already here in the third inning. Kennedy struck out swinging his first time up. Settles has 2 strikeouts. He squares the bunt, and Kennedy bunts it foul to the third base side. Kennedy now looking at his head coach, Brad DeMoss, in the third base coach's box. Now climbs back into the right-hander's box. The left-hander settles, looking into his catcher, Max Taylor, comes set. Long pause, now the 0-1. He swings away and comes up empty, 0-2. McFall with a decent lead at first. Big man showed off some speed back on June the 2nd, and maybe on cue, Settles takes a check of McFall at first, and McFall's back standing. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Maddox Kennedy. Albia has a runner at first with 1 out here in the top of the third, leading 2-1. Fastball missing outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Albia played a hand in the South Central Conference race, inadvertently anyway. Fastball line to short, caught by Scott, throw back to first, not in time as McFall's back safely. So a pair of lineouts. The first one to first base, this one to short, leads to 2 outs with the runner at first, and the batter is Carter Folkerts. On Friday, Albia was able to beat Cardinal 3-2, and that really dealt a severe blow to the league title prospects for the Comets, as that pickoff throw chases McFall back to first. That dropped Cardinal to 10-4 in league play. Of course, Sheridan is still undefeated at 14-0 on top of the league standings, and all but clinching a second straight South Central Conference title for the Chargers. There's a swing and a miss by Carter Folkerts to make it 0-1. Settles, peers into his catcher Taylor. Now comes set. Rocks and fires. Fastball missing away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Changeup, a bit off the plate outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Albia has a runner at second with 1 out here in the top of the third, leading Davis County 2-1 here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Albia won the opener 9-4. Now the 2-1. Folkerts puts it in play, a bouncer to short. Scott throws to first and got him by a step to retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a man left. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It remains Albia 2, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Albia 2, Davis County 1. Here in the bottom of the third, Josh Settles will look to help his own cause at the plate versus Carson Son, who had a settle down 1-2-3 inning back in the second. Ball one outside. That's inside to make the count 2-0. After throwing 35 pitches in the first inning, he threw just 13 in that 1-2-3 second inning. Ball three outside. Son has walked a pair of batters, both in the first inning. He was able to wiggle out of a bases-loaded one-out jam with minimum damage, and the 3-0 pitch hits Settles in the back. If I'm not mistaken, I think Settles leads the team in hits by pitch. He's been hit twice today, so that is 4 for the season, and now he's tied for the team lead with Presley Cantrell. Settles will depart, replaced by the courtesy runner Hudson Humphrey, with Brett Prevost at the plate, who walked his first time up. Tying run on base for Davis County, trailing 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Prevost squares the bunt, pulls it back, and looks at a strike on the inside corner. The 0-1. And that bunt goes right back to the mound. Son throws to first and retires Prevost. So the sacrifice works. Humphrey takes second. 1-3 on the putout. And with one out and a runner at second, here's Houston Schooley, who singled his first time up. Schooley looks at a pitch outside for ball one. Cloud cover continuing to roll in here at the Mustang Sports Complex, as most of the field is now covered in clouds. The 1-0. That's a high fly ball out to left center field. It's caught by the center fielder Kennedy. No tag by Humphrey, and there are 2 outs. So now it's up to Max Taylor. He struck out with the bases loaded in his first at-bat. Struck out looking, as a matter of fact, back in the first inning. Now he has a tying running scoring position with 2 outs, and Son steps off. Now the first pitch. Taken on the inside corner for strike one. Taylor is batting an even 200 coming into today. That batting average is figuring to dip after going 0 for 4 in game 1 and then striking out in the first at bat here in game 2. He tomahawks that high pitch over towards left, but near the line is the left fielder Strickler to put it away, and Davis County is done here in the third. After 3, it's Albia 2, Davis County 1 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Two to one, Albia leads it as we play in the top of inning number 4. Albia looking for the doubleheader sweep after taking the opener 9-4. Bottom third of the order due up for Albia, starting with Jackson Strickler. Only trouble that Settles has run into was that second inning, when Albia was able to mount a 2-out rally with nobody on and push across a pair of runs. Jackson Strickler started that rally with a single with 2 outs. This is his first hit of the doubleheader after going 0 for 3 in Game 1. Settles delivers a fastball taken belt high for strike 1. You always hear, you want the bottom of the order to set the table for the top of the order. Albia did that pitcher perfectly in the second inning. Ball 1 inside. Strickler, Reed, and Reno, 7, 8, 9 hitters, all got singles to load the bases to set the table for Drake Kennedy, who gave Albia the lead with a 2-run single back in the second inning. Strike 2 inside corner on the slider. Settles looking to keep Albia right where they are and hoping that his offense can rally as we reach the midpoint of Game 2. That's nub foul off the end of the bat towards the first base side. One and 2 to count to Jackson Strickler. Settles delivers. A 2-hopper to Scott. He fumbles it, picks it up, throws to first. Safe is the call. Scott could not grab that ground ball cleanly, and that cost him. An error on Scott allows the leadoff man to reach. Now the batter is Bryson Reed, looking back towards his head coach in the third base box, now stepping in. Reed takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. Reed singled and scored back in the second inning. Throw to first, back safely is Strickler. Reed did not play back in the June 2nd game that Davis County played against Albia. He swings, and that's a line drive into right field for a base hit. McCoy picks it up with a bare hand and flips it back into the infield. So an error and now a base hit, and once again the bottom of the order is setting the table for the top of the order. Here's the number 9 hitter, Dylan Reno, and what could be a spot to bunt with runners at first and second and nobody out. Albia leads it 2-1, but they are threatening here in the top of the fourth. Reno does square the bunt. He misses, takes ball one, and now they have the runner hold up between second and third, but sliding back safely to second was Strickler. Strickler almost wandered a bit too far away from second. Reno attempted to bunt at it, but missed, so that's strike one. He squares the bunt again and fouls it back. Now the count is 0-2. Doubtful that the bunt sign is still on for Reno. Pitch by Settles. A little flare out towards left. That drops in the outfield grass. The throw to third, and not in time. That was fielded by the shortstop, Dexter Scott. He tried to throw it to Sizemore at third, but Sizemore initially went out to try to catch that flare. And when he caught the ball, his foot was not near the third base bag, so Strickler was able to slide in safely. And once again, the bottom of the Albia order has been able to load the bases with this time with nobody out. And we go back to the top of the order, and Drake Kennedy. An error and a pair of singles have loaded the bases with nobody out. Head coach Todd White talking with his infield. Now the meeting is over. Tight spot here for Josh Settles. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now he'll have to face the top of the order. Last time he saw Drake Kennedy, he lined a 2-run single in the center, scoring a pair of runs and giving Albia a 2-1 lead, which is where we stand now. Kennedy can add to that lead right here. First pitch fastball, strike one. Big spot in this ball game. Davis County can ill afford to fall behind too far to Albia. The 0-1 fought off foul over the first base fence to make it 0-2. Settles has struck out a pair of batters. Could really use a strikeout in this spot. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Big first out. Got him on the slider. Now it's up to Isaac Helm. Middle of the Davis County infield looks to turn two, while Sizemore, the third baseman, is in on the grass, as is the first baseman, Peyton Schooley. Helm squares the bunt, misses the bunt, actually fouls it off at the plate. That was a suicide squeeze attempt, as Strickler was almost at home as that pitch got fouled off. So the count is no balls and one strike. This time Helm does not indicate bunt, and he looks at ball one outside. Two to one is our score. Albia leading Davis County here in the top of the fourth, and Albia has bases loaded with one out. The 1-1 coming to Helm. He puts it in play, a bouncer towards Scott at short. Throws a second for one, throw to first, not in time. A run comes in to score to make it 3-1. That ground ball was too far deep in the hole at short for Scott to try to turn two, but they did get the one out at second. And now here comes head coach Todd White, as this looks like this will spell the end for Josh Settles here tonight. So Settles is done after recording 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and we will see a new Davis County pitcher come to the mound. We will take a break and be back to tell you about the new Davis County pitcher after this. Albia leads Davis County 3-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners at first and third with 2 outs when we return on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game is Houston Schooley. He comes in from second base to pitch. Mustangs obviously will be shuffling things around. Looks like that Settles now in left field. We'll see where the rest of the Mustangs go. We've seen Settles play first base as well. So it looks like Prevost has come in to play third, which means Duke Scott will now be in center field with Josh Settles in left. Peyton Schooley is now at first base, and Noah Sizemore is the new first baseman. So 5 different changes in Davis County's defensive alignment. So Houston Schooley finished up his warm-up tosses. Albia has a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 4th. They have runners at the corners with 2 outs, and the batter is Drake Irwin. So Schooley will be tossed right into the fire, facing Albia's most dangerous hitter. With runners on base, looking to limit the damage here in the top of the 4th. First pitch by Schooley, fastball high, and the throw goes back towards the mound. Coming home is Reed, and he is tagged out. Or was he safe? Tyrell Welsh reached down to tag Reed, and Brad DeMoss wants to say that Taylor lost the ball as he came through with the tag, and so hang on a second, as Tyrell Welsh is now talking with John Tharp, the other umpire, and they're going to stick with the call and say that Reed is out at home. No. Oh, yeah, Reed is out at home. Okay. So that ends the inning with no further damage being done. Albia does score a run on 2 hits. There was an error in the inning, and they left 2 men on. We will actually left 1 man on. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's now Albia 3, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi, I'm Allison Engel, Senior Vice President at First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield. Farmers and ranchers, when it comes to ag loans, you want to work with a bank and lender that speaks your language. Both myself and Joe Randolph are farmers as well, so we fully understand the agricultural economic business needs. We know the inputs and the outputs, the ups and the downs, the market, and every other obstacle that arises in farming. Come and see me, Allison Engel, or Joe Randolph with First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield to discuss your ag lending needs.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County trails at 4-1. First pitch strike delivered to Dexter Scott. He's responsible for driving in the only Davis County run thus far, as he drew a bases-loaded walk back in the first inning. Ball one. Carson Son fires a 59-footer to the plate to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Interesting play, that final play of the top of the 4th. Runners at the corners, the runner at first breaks for second as that pitched in the dirt to make it 3-1. Taylor, the catcher, looked like he was just going to flip it back to the mound, but the ball slipped out of his hands. Went past the mound. The runner at third, Reed, tried to score home on the play as that pitch is taken for a strike to run the count full. Alertly, the second baseman, Schooley, picks up the ball, throws home, and Taylor was able to tag out Reed. A swing and a miss, and Scott strikes out swinging. That's something you rarely see. 1 out, base is empty, bottom of the 4th, 3-1 Albia, Davis County batting, and here is Noah Sizemore. In case you're scoring, that final play of the third inning goes 2-4-2, with Reed getting tagged out, trying to steal home. Ball one. Sizemore flew out to center his first time up. That was Davis County's best opportunity of the evening so far here in Game 2. As the count now is 2-0. Mustangs had to settle for 1 run in the the bottom of the first. They left the bases loaded. That's inside 3-0. Son's next offering, and that is on the inside half for strike 1. And Son throws that over but low, and it's a 1-out walk to Sizemore. That's the 3rd walk allowed by Son. And with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, the batter is Quinn McCoy, who popped out to second his first time up. Mustangs batting, trailing by 2, and that pitch gets past Helm. And on the pass ball, as that pitch just popped out of his glove, Sizemore advances to second base. McCoy grounds it up the middle, and that's into center field for a base hit. Coming around third, and in the score is Noah Sizemore, an RBI single by Quinn McCoy, who has now extended his hitting streak to 4 straight games, and Davis County is within a run. It's now 3-2. Here's Duke Scott. Strike 1. Scott struck out on 3 pitches back in the second inning. McCoy with a short lead at first. Now he takes an extra step. Scott fouls that back and is quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and Scott strikes out swinging on 3 pitches again. Second strikeout of the inning. 4th in the game so far for Son. And it'll be up to Peyton Schooley to try to extend this bottom of the 4th for the Mustangs. They trail 3-2. Strike 1 at the knees to Schooley. Schooley is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. McCoy leading off at first. That pitch is over but low, ball 1. This will be pitch number 75 by my count for Carson Son here in the 4th inning. Here it comes. High and inside, 2-1. The pitch, a bit low. Looked like that caught the inside corner, but below the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike to Schooley. McCoy at first. Takes an extra step. Does not go. Strike on the inside corner at the knees. And the count is full, and now McCoy will get a running start from first. Full count, 2 outs. McCoy takes off, and Schooley takes ball 4. 4th walk allowed now by Son. He's also hit a batter. The batter that he actually hit is now coming to the plate, Josh Settles. That was the Bob Gibson walk, if you will. Go 3-0, and instead of getting credit for a walk, you just hit the guy in the back with the 4th pitch. He swings to the first pitch. There's a flare into center, and it's caught by Drake Kennedy, and the inning is over. Davis County settles for 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll head to the 5th inning. It is now Albia 3, Davis County 2 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Three to 2 is our score. Houston Schooley on top of the mound, starting his first full inning of work, and he greets Drake Irwin with a strike at the knees on the inside corner. The 0-1 pitch, fastball missing well off the plate outside. And the count now is no balls and 1 strike. Schooley was the opening day starter for Davis County back on May 21st versus Keokuk. That pitch is well upstairs to make the count 2-1. Schooley struck out 8 in that appearance. Ended up with the win against the Chiefs on that night. Breaking ball high and outside, and it's quickly 3-1. So after throwing a first pitch strike, 3 straight wide ones from Schooley. Now the 3-1 coming to Irwin. That's outside, ball 4. A leadoff walk to Irwin, with Albia leading 3-2 here in the top of the 5th. And that brings up Connor McFall, who has not been shy this afternoon and evening. 4 for 4 in game one. Finally hit into an out in the top of the first, but then has a single here in the third inning of game two. Has popped up behind the plate. Taylor giving chase behind the plate, pops it up, and he caught it with his bare hand. It went out of his glove. He caught it with his bare hand as he was falling to the ground. What a play by Max Taylor for the first out. Talk about hand-eye coordination. And he just goes back into a squat and waits for the next pitch like it's no big deal. Max Kennedy is the batter. He's 0 for 2. Runner goes from first. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second is wide. And it's a stolen base for Irwin. 0-1 to count to Kennedy, who has a strikeout and a line out and 2 at-bats. Schooley delivers. That's in the dirt. Good block by Taylor behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a breaking ball taken for a strike to make it 1-2. Book is closed on Josh Settles, by the way. 3 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 7 hits. He did not walk a batter and struck out 3. There's a little pop-up, foul territory to the right field side, and that lands near the fence in foul territory for strike 2. Settles currently the pitcher on the record on the bad side. The 1-2 pitch, that's tomahawked out towards the left field line, and that is a foul. No, a fair ball. That's a fair ball down the line, and it is a double for Maddox Kennedy. Coming in to score is Irwin, and it is now 4-2 Albia. That was a high pitch and a tomahawk swing by Kennedy, and he just managed to guide that inside the left field line. So Albia has restored their 2-run lead here in the top of the 5th. Carter Folkerts takes strike 1. Folkerts is 0 for 2, a pair of groundouts. The 0-1. That pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. You almost get the impression that Schooley's sometimes trying to throw it through the backstop, the way he rears back and throws it. Now the 1-1 pitch. That misses outside, 2-1. Here in the top of the 5th, Albia leads it 4-2. They have a runner at second with 1 out. 2-1 to count to Carter Folkerts, looking for his first hit here in game 2. That's a chopper. Prevost at third. Look the runner back. Throws to first to retire Folkerts, but Kennedy, good base running by him. He takes third anyway. 2 outs in the inning, and here is Jackson Strickler. Strickler is 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the second, reached on an error, and scored in the 4th. Fastball, helmet high, ball 1. And the 1-0, taken belt high by Strickler for strike 1. A runner at third with 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss by Folkerts. Beg your pardon, by a Strickler. 1-2 to count. Schooley has not had a strikeout as of yet during this appearance. And a pitch. Fastball well upstairs. Easy take by Strickler. Now deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th with a runner at third. 4-2, Albia leads it. Here comes the pitch by Schooley. Breaking ball, lifted in the air. Short right field, that drops for a base hit. Coming in to score is Kennedy to make it 5-2 Albia. Just a bloop base hit off the bat of Strickler brings in another run. He got fooled on the pitch, but hit it to where the Mustangs weren't. Now 2 runs in on the inning. Bryson Reed looks to add to his 2-for-2 game 2. Throw back to second, and Strickler was leaning towards second, but he gets back safely anyway. Reed singled and scored in the second, and also singled in the 4th. Ended up getting thrown out trying to steal home. That's the last out of the 4th inning. Runner goes, pitch is taken inside for a ball, and Strickler is out at second. Taylor catches Strickler trying to steal second, and the inning is over. But Albia does score a pair of runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, our new score, Albia 5, Davis County 2, on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Albia now leads Davis County 5-2 as we play here in the bottom of the 5th. Brett Prevost leads things off, and that pitch is well outside for ball 1. Carson Son now pitching with a 3-run lead. He's been erratic, but he has held Davis County in check. Only 2 runs allowed. That's in the dirt for ball 2. He's not made it easy on himself. He's allowed 4 walks through 4 innings. There's a strike right down the middle. But Son is in line for the win if the score holds the way it does. Prevost swings and misses to make it 2-2. Prevost walked in the 1st, laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd. That missed a bit outside. And that runs the count full to Prevost, 3-2. Prevost looking to get on base to start a Mustang rally here in the bottom of the 5th, trailing by 3. The pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, and Prevost goes down looking. That brings up Houston Schooley, 1 for 2 here in game 2. Singled in the 1st and then flew out to center back in the 3rd. Son's first pitch almost hit Schooley as he jackknifes out of the way and hits the deck. Son throws hard, but sometimes I think even he doesn't know where it's going at times. That could be a dangerous combination. That breaking ball is off the plate outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Davis County 9-11 after the opening loss of the doubleheader. That's in the dirt to make it 3-0. Now 6-8 in the South Central Conference. They will be in 5th place no matter what happens in this ball game. Below 4th place Albia, and that is a walk to Schooley with 1 out. Here comes head coach Brad DeMoss making a beeline towards the home plate umpire, Tyrell Welsh. Looks like they're checking on the bat of Schooley right now. Schooley just tossed his bat to the dugout after walking, but now Tyrell Welsh is taking a look at it. Now he wants to measure it up to the plate. Is there pine tar on it, or what's going on? And it looks like we're okay. No George Brett type of situation will happen here. Yes, I probably aged myself by talking about that, but I have no idea what they were measuring there and what they were looking at. Regardless, the batter is Max Taylor. He swings at the first pitch and lines it into center for a base hit. Schooley almost got forced out at second, but he manages to get in there on the slide. That was a rocket hit up the middle by Taylor, and Schooley had to scramble to make it to second base. Now Tyrell Welsh is measuring the bat again on home plate. And I still don't know what he's measuring. They're looking at the rip. I saw head coach Brad DeMoss pump his fist. Now they're looking at the grip of Taylor's bat. And I guess if it's longer than the length of the plate, then does that mean the batter's out? Dexter Scott throws his arm up in frustration. Max Taylor is out. Schooley has to go back to first. And that is one of the strangest things you will see on the baseball diamond. Don't know even how to score that, to be honest with you. Regardless, there's 2 outs in the inning now, and the batter is Dexter Scott. There's a strike to Scott. The way I look at it, though, is that Taylor went 0 for 6 today in Game 1 and through Game 2 with the grip the way it was. That goes through the legs of Helm to the backstop, and Schooley advances to second base on the pass ball. So the way I look at it is if the grip was fine when he was 0 for 6, but you want to check on it now after he got a hit, I don't understand that at all. But gamesmanship from Brad Moss got him an out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th with a runner at second, and the pitch is high to Dexter Scott, which makes the count 2-1. The pitch inside, 3-1. If Scott reaches, then the tying run will come to the plate here in the 5th. The 3-1, that's a walk. Pitch in the dirt as Scott draws yet another walk, his second of the game. He drew a bases-loaded walk back in the first inning. And the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Noah Sizemore. That is now 6 walks allowed by Carson Son. He's quickly approaching 100 pitches. He's at 95 right now here in the 5th inning. Sizemore can bring Davis County closer with the hit. He swings to the first pitch and comes up empty, strike 1. Sizemore flew out in the first and then walked and later scored in the 4th. 5-2, Albia leads it. Bottom of the 5th, Davis County batting. 0-1 to count to Sizemore. That's high, ball 1. Houston Schooley's the runner at second, and Dexter Scott's the runner at first, so good speed on the base pass for Davis County. The 1-1, inside, 2-1. Son nods. Next pitch coming to Sizemore. There's a liner falling towards left center, but drifting over and making the play is Drake Kennedy, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a pair of walks, a bit of controversy, and 2 men left on. We are through 5. It is now Albia 5, Davis County 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Chris Merle, owner of Hamilton Produce. We are proud to have served the community for over 90 years as your hometown locally owned farm and hardware store. We have everything from tractor parts, general hardware, calving equipment, dry shod boots, and Carhartt clothing. We are also your best source to get your smaller LP tanks filled. Stop in and see us just off the square in Bloomfield. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and keep up to date with our store and specials.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Five to 2 is our score as Albia bats in the top of the 6th. Nightcap of our doubleheader. Albia took game 1, 9-4. Bryson Reed was standing at home plate when Max Taylor threw out Jackson Strickler trying to steal second base. A lot of chirping going on between both dugouts now, after Max Taylor got called out after lining a single because of too much grip on his bat. That's a high pop-up. Short right field, and it's the second baseman, Peyton Schooley, putting it away. And it's 1 pitch, 1 out. So Reed flies out, or pops out, I should say, to start off the top of the 6th, and the batter is Dylan Reno. Reno is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Really, the bottom of the order has done most of the damage for Albia in this ball game, as there's a line drive and there's another base hit in the center right on cue. Reno now 3 for 3. That brings up Drake Kennedy, and a throw back to first chases Reno back to the bag. Albia now has 10 hits in this ball game, 7 of which have come from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. That's how much damage they've been doing in this ball game. First pitch to Kennedy, he reached out for it and pops it up behind the plate. Max Taylor gives chase, but that falls just short of the backstop for strike 1. The 0-1. A fastball that's blown past the swinging Kennedy, and it's 0-2. That ball got past Houston Schooley, but Peyton Schooley's there to back him up. Houston Schooley came in with 2 outs in the top of the 4th, and he has not gotten a strikeout as of yet, but he has Drake Kennedy set up at 0-2. Throw to first and back safely is Reno. Schooley swinging his arm, now comes set. And the right-hander comes home. That's in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Albia now 9-10 after winning game 1, 8-6 in the South Central Conference. Davis County 9-11 overall, and 6-8 in the South Central Conference. The 1-2 to Kennedy. He puts it in play, but chops it foul towards the left field, towards the third base side. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Darkness setting in here in Bloomfield, what's been a long day of baseball. Another 1-2 pitch, and that's delivered wide outside to the right-handed hitting Kennedy to make it 2-2. Schooley comes set. He deals. Popped up. Major league pop up to the third base side. Schooley calls for it and makes the catch while falling to his backside on the third base side of the mound, but he puts it away for the second out. Isaac Helm is the batter. He drove in a run back in the 4th inning with an RBI fielder's choice. He is 0 for 3 in this ball game. Throw to first and back safely is Reno. Schooley looks like he's gotten into a fight with a sandstorm and lost. Just dirt caked on both legs of his pants. That pickoff throw to first hit Reno as he dived back to the bag, and timeout is called to give Reno a chance to collect himself. Still waiting on the first pitch to Helm. Here it comes. That's high for ball 1. A runner at first, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th. Albia leading Davis County 5-2. The 1-0 took a little bit off, and there's a swing and a miss by Helm to make it 1-1. And the next pitch coming to Helm. With the runner going. Swing and a miss. Throw it a second. Not in time. Reno able to steal second. One and 2, however, is the count to Helm. So Schooley a strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 6th. And a 1-2. Got him swinging. Helm swung through a high fastball. The inning is over, and no damage has been done. No runs, a hit, a man left. Going to the bottom of the 6th, Davis County is running out of outs. They trail Albia 5-2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Five to 2, Albia leads it as we play here in the bottom of inning number 6. Carson Son still in there. This first pitch that he will throw here in the bottom of 6 will be pitch number 100 for the junior. 8-9-1 due up for the Mustangs, starting with Quinn McCoy. Last time he was up, got himself an RBI single. That made it 3-2 at the time, bringing Davis County to within 1. Albia has since added a pair of runs in the top of the 5th, and now lead at 5-2, with only 6 outs remaining for Davis County in this ball game, as the wind has pretty much died down outside. Here comes Quinn McCoy. Hit streak now at 4 games for the senior, as he, along with Duke Scott, Presley Cantrell, were honored before the game for senior night. Brett Prevost as well, can't forget about him. McCoy looks at a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. You could pretty much characterize Carson Son's appearance as playing with fire. There's a strike to McCoy. The good, he's only allowed a pair of runs. He's also struck out 5. The bad, he's walked 6. Pitch number 102 in the dirt, ball 2. The maximum amount a high school pitcher can throw is 125. Keep that in mind. Swing and a miss by McCoy to even the count, actually make the count 3-2. McCoy nubs that foul on the first base side. That was off the end of the bat. Sure feels like he's shaking hands with a swarm of bees at this point. Payoff pitch coming for McCoy. A high fly ball, shallow center field. Tracking it is Drake Kennedy, and he puts it away. 1 out, base is empty, and we will have a pinch hitter for Duke Scott as Hayden Bankson grabs a bat. Bankson finally got his first hit back on Tuesday in that loss to Mount Pleasant. Now look to start a rally here in the bottom of the 6th. Base is empty, 1 out. A swing and a miss. The 0-1. He had to scoot out of the way of that fastball aimed at his ankles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Son working quickly. Here he comes in the dirt, 2-1. Albia, 5 outs away from clinching the season series against Davis County this season. There's a little flare in the center, and Drake Kennedy dives and makes the catch. Goodness gracious, he can pick it at center. That was a dying line drive, and Drake Kennedy on his horse makes a diving stop, and that's an exclamation point to the outing of Carson Son, who gives the ball to his coach, Brad DeMoss, and we will have a new Albia pitcher come into the ball game. So Son is done after 5 2/3 innings pitched. And we will have a new Albia pitcher come into the ball game right after this. Davis County trailing Albia 5-2. They have the bases empty with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And just like in game 1, first pitcher out of the bullpen for Albia, looks like it's Drake Irwin, who pitched the final 2 innings of game 1, and he's back in there to try to get the final 4 outs here in game 2. In case you're wondering, Irwin is allowed to pitch in this ball game. Lost the count on how many pitches he threw in game 1. He pitched 2 innings of shutout baseball in game 1. And he will face Peyton Schooley to start things off with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, and Albia leading Davis County 5-2. So Jackson Strickler is the new shortstop. First pitch by Irwin, high and inside, ball 1. Carson Son is now in left field for Albia. That's inside, ball 2. There's a fly ball out to left and an immediate chance for Son, who reaches up and makes the catch. That almost flew over his head, but he puts it away, and Davis County goes down 1-2-3 here in the 6th. To the 7th we go. Albia leading Davis County 5-2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Looking to buy or sell real estate? Lincoln Lynch at Lynch Realty in Bloomfield is the guy to call. Lynch Realty is a family-owned business, and it's their policy to serve the community. Whether you are looking to buy or sell real estate or farmland, give Lincoln a call. And don't forget, he also owns Lynch Boys Auction Service, and they can help you with all your auction needs as well. For current listings or for more information, visit lynchrealtyinc.com. That's lynchrealtyinc.com. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the 7th rolls in. Albia batting, leading Davis County 5-2 as they look for the doubleheader sweep after taking the opener 9-4. Drake Irwin is the batter. A strikeout, but he reached first on a pass ball back in the first. He lined out to first in the third, and he walked and scored in the 5th. And he takes ball 1 from Houston Schooley. Schooley's taken over since the 4th inning. He's allowed a pair of runs, actually make that 3 runs. Only one of them have been earned. 2-0 the count now to Irwin. And Irwin pops that one up behind the mound, and Peyton Schooley hustles in from his second base spot to put it away. And there's 1 out. Connor McFall is 1 for 3. He's cooled off a bit since going 4 for 4 in the opener of this doubleheader. And McFall takes a pitch upstairs for ball 1. The wind into 1-0. Fastball hit on a couple of hops and into center field. And that's another hit for McFall, who's now 2 for 4 here in game 2. He's had himself quite the doubleheader. 6 for 8 in the twin bill for the big first baseman. Max Kennedy drove in a run with an RBI double his first time up. And they may bring in a pinch runner for McFall. Looks like they will. And coming off the bench is Owen James, the freshman for Albia. So he will run for McFall. Maddox Kennedy is the batter. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored. First pitch by Schooley, breaking ball, and James hits the deck. The 1-0. That clips the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis County scored first in this ball game. That's the first time they've done that since June 4th. However, Albia responded right away, and they have led ever since. Strike 2. Bases loaded walk for Davis County. Drawn by Dexter Scott. Scored a run in the top of the first. Albia responded with 2 in the second and 1 in the fourth to make it 3-1. Davis County got a run back, thanks to an RBI single by Quinn McCoy to make it 3-2. Albia responded with 2 runs in the top of the 5th. An RBI double by Maddox Kennedy and an RBI single by Jackson Strickler. Which brings us to this 5-2 score we have now. And a 1-2 by Schooley. Swing at a ball in the dirt, and they make the play to second base. That should be a double play because I don't think you could take first on with the first base occupied, and it is a double play. So a bit of a base running mistake by the freshman James, and it turns into a strike him out, throw him out double play to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Davis County, last chance coming up for them, trailing Albia 5-2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County down to their final at bat here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing Albia 5-2. Josh Settles will lead things off. He singled back in the first, and his courtesy runner scored. He's also been hit by a pitch, and he's flown out in this ball game. Settles swings to the first pitch and lifts it high in the air out to center. That's the wrong place to hit it, as Drake Kennedy has had a great game out in center field, and he puts that away for the first out. One pitch, one out, as Drake Irwin looks to get 2 final outs to secure the doubleheader sweep for Albia. The batter is Brett Prevost, 0 for 1. He has a walk, a sacrifice bunt. He's also struck out. First pitch, breaking ball, missing inside. Now the 1-0. Fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. Prevost just has one simple job: get on base. Tying run is still in the hole. There's a strike. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Prevost went golfing for that low pitch and lifts it into right field. A diving attempt, and it's not pulled in by Reno in right. Prevost rounding second, looks at his coach, Todd White, who has the stop signal up. And it is a double down the right field line for Brett Prevost. His second double of the night. He also had a double in the opener of our doubleheader. And with the runner at second and 1 out, the batter is Houston Schooley. Can Davis County make this interesting here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 3? Irwin's first pitch is a high fly ball out to left. That could be trouble. Going back is a shortstop, Strickler, and he puts it away. Nice play by Strickler, ranging far towards the left field line to make the catch, and Davis County is down to their final out. And the batter is Max Taylor, who ran into some controversy back in the 5th inning. Looked like he had himself a single as he lined a pitch into center field, but then head coach Brad DeMoss of Albia wanted his bat checked, and it looked like his grip was too long, and he got called out. So they wiped that single off the board, and they made Houston Schooley, who was at first and was at second after the single by Taylor, go back to first. That first pitch is taken inside for a ball. So technically Taylor is 0 for 3, despite singling his last at bat. The 1-0. High fly ball out to center. This may do it. Drake Kennedy camps under it, makes the catch, and Albia has swept Davis County in this doubleheader, winning the finale by the final score of 5-2. 2. We will take a break and tell you all about this one. Tough night at the office for the Mustangs as Albia sweeps this doubleheader and takes the season series 2-1 as well. This is Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
This is Tim, owner of Slayton Polaris. We have seen a lot of changes since we opened our doors in 1988. One thing that hasn't changed is the way we treat our customers. We still offer the best machines at the best possible prices and strive to treat everyone the way we would want to be treated. This has been our policy since we started the business. If you're looking for the best in off-road vehicles, I'd like to invite you to stop in and meet us at Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Wrapping these up from here in Bloomfield as Davis County falls in the nightcap of our doubleheader by the final score of 5-2 as Albia secures the doubleheader sweep after beating the Mustangs 9-4 in the opener. In the nightcap, Davis County opened the scoring with a bases-loaded walk, courtesy of Dexter Scott drawing that bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the first. However, they could not add on. They left the bases loaded, and they led 1-0. Albia took the lead right back in the bottom of the second. After getting the first 2 outs of the top of the second, Josh Settles ran into trouble, allowing 3 straight singles to the bottom 3 of the order, Jackson Strickler, Bryson Reed, and Dylan Reno. And Drake Kennedy, the leadoff hitter, hit a 2-run single to give Albia a 2-1 lead. Albia added a run in the 4th inning after Strickler reached on an error. Later in the inning, Isaac Helm hit into a fielder's choice, which drove in Strickler, and that made it 3-1. Davis County is able to pull in within 3-2 thanks to an RBI single by Quinn McCoy, and he extended his winning streak to 4 games now. So that made him our player of note for Davis County. And that was it from Davis County's offense. Albia added a pair of runs in the top of the 5th, thanks to an RBI double by Maddox Kennedy and an RBI single by Carter Folkerts. And the pitching did the rest of their thing. Carson Son ended up winning despite giving up 6 walks in his 5 2/3 innings. He struck out 6, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Josh Settles took the loss as he gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 7 hits. He did not walk a batter, but he struck out 3. And so Davis County, they now fall to 9-12 on the season, 6-9 in the South Central Conference, and they will lick their wounds and then prepare for a trip out east to take on Fort Madison, and that's a tough place to play as the Davis County Mustangs will be taking on the Bloodhounds tomorrow. So final numbers for this game: Albia 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 7 men left on. Special note is that out of those 11 hits, 7 of which came from the bottom 3 players of the order, highlighted by, of course, of Dylan Reno, who was our player of the game for Albia, who had 3. He was 3 for 3. He also had a stolen base. Forgot to add that in there. Davis County 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left on base. Winning pitcher is Carson Son. Losing pitcher is Josh Settles. Time of the game, 2 hours and 1 minute. So that will do it for our broadcast today. Davis County loses a doubleheader to Albia, 9-4 in the opener, 5-2 in the nightcap. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night in Fort Madison, as the Davis County Mustangs will be taking on the Fort Madison Bloodhounds in Fort Madison. We look forward to having you join us then. Until then, for Annie Argo, our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Smith back at our studios in Ottumwa, this is Ellis Kojo saying so long from Bloomfield. This has been Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.